So we are at work. Hope you guys like the train with me video on legs. It's leg day today, so we're gonna smash some legs. I'm training with my athlete Lee. He's here from China, and he's gonna be competing in the Olympic Amateur down in Beijing. And then Dana's gonna be here also. So we're gonna smash some legs today. It's been a while since I've been on the leg press and all that good stuff, so we're gonna hit that. I'm just gonna play it by ear. We're gonna have some fun today. Push some heavy weight. Keep the reps wherever we keep them. We'll do some drop sets, supersets, giant sets. We're gonna have some fun hitting the weights. With having everybody here and with the social distancing and stuff, it's hard to really plan out workouts. So you have to be ready to be able to, modify your workout depending on what piece of equipment is available. So that's why we're kind of doing this instinctively. I don't recommend doing that at all. Have a plan, but then have like a backup with things that are going on now. So anyway, wait for them to get here. I'm gonna go grab the leg extension machine before it's gone and then smash some weights. Let's go. I'm gonna throw my guy under the bus like crazy. So do not do leg extension like this. When you do leg extension, guys, make sure you hold the side of the machine where the handles are to keep your butt forcing the back of the bench, keeping your upper body stiff like a board, almost like a plank, and then you are solely just flexing your quads. You're contracting muscle while you're adding a load, and that's what you want to do primarily, mostly when you're sitting on machines. They give you the ability to actually just do that and sit and isolate. So use the machine to help you isolate your quads in this movement. So moving on to squats. My approach with squats is to go very slow with a good warm-up. I have to make sure my body is very, very warm. I have to make sure that my core is warm, my hip flexors, back, everything. So take your time with these reps when you're warming up. Have a good length of warm so you can perform better throughout your set. So when you're doing this, guys, I like to have a low trap bar setting. That's going to keep the bar pathway vertical the whole time. You don't want the bar kind of doing this when you're squatting. Deadlifts, squats, all those things, you want to make sure that your bar pathway is always vertical. When you do high trap setting, then it's going to force you to really use your traps to get in, to hold the bar up, and then we kind of start rolling in our C and our T spine. And eventually, when the weight gets heavy enough, you will eventually start to kind of tilt over, and it's going to force a lot more weight on your quads. Squats is a very glute dominant exercise with help with the hamstrings and quads. So if you're trying to grow your quads, squatting is not the best thing for that. It's going to help develop for sure, great exercise to do, but again, guys, if you want to get big glutes, big hamstrings, those things, make sure that you keep that bar a little bit on your trap so we can keep that bar pathway vertical and keep a load on our glutes. Take your time with your sets. Remember, from the ground up, we want to have our feet around like 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We want to make sure we are externally rotating at the hips so we can make sure our knees stay aligned with our toes, keep your core engaged. And again, guys, we are hinging and bending at our knees at the same time. So not one after the other at the same time when they go down. So if you watch my rep, they both go down at the same time. And you see the good pathway of that bar going down. Again, I'm taking my time with these reps. The heavier it gets, I can manage a lot of weight, so I like to play with my sets as my tempo. I like to really force the load at the bottom, really squeeze, really being cerebral with my sets and reps. Now you can see Lee. I can't do a lot of coaching with Lee during our sets during our time because he doesn't speak a lick of English, maybe a few words. So we're doing a lot of texting with Reverse app. And so when this is done, we coach. So I did basically the same thing with him, and basically it takes a bit too, but he can get away with a little bit with the high trap setting because he's got great mobility in his hips, and the guy's about 6 foot, so he's a tall dude. Classic physique competitor competing at the Beijing Amateur. He's been in Canada since February. He's done all his quarantine, so don't go all crazy. Besides the point, getting back to my set. So this is my last working set. I'm not going to film all my working sets. It would call for a 20-30 minute video. I just want to keep it nice and short and sweet. But when we're doing this again, I approach each rep, each set the exact same as if I had 1 plate, if I had 4 plates. So nothing changed. My technique doesn't change. If anything, the heavier the weight gets, the more I am, you know, more attentive to my technique. That's the thing. You want to make sure when you're doing your sets that the heavier it gets, you're not thinking the first thing, oh no, I'm about to do a heavy set. Yes, you need to acknowledge the set as being challenging, but as soon as you know that, obviously you know the set's gonna be challenging, but as soon as you're there, you want to go right back to technique. That's the only way that weight is gonna go up properly, is with technique. You can have all the strength in the world, but your technique's terrible, you know, you're gonna call for injuries or whatever. So, and you're no good for anybody when you're injured. So with Lee, I had him at the end of the session. You know, I told him, you know, let's get down a little weight. You know, a little bit of ego going on there for sure. He gets to train with his coach. So yes, he's gonna want to, you know, try to match me in weight. I tell people, don't try to match me with weight. Match me with effort. And that's, if you got a partner, match your partner in effort if one of you two are stronger than the other. Moving on to leg press. Again, guys, when you're doing sets, you know, heavier sets, when you're doing squats, your next exercises don't have to be balls to the wall crazy. You need to understand how to really manage your strength, manage your energy throughout your exercise. Yes, for sure, I'm not going to say hold back on your workouts, but know that you're not going to pile up. I'm not going to stack the leg press machine just after doing heavy squats. I want to use these isolation machines to help isolate the targeted muscle. So when I'm in there, I want to make sure, again, that I'm using the handles, doing the opposite of what Lee is doing here. I want to get my head back a little more so I can really get my range of motion a lot more deeper than this. So when you watch my set from this angle, you can see I'm using the handles, I'm pulling myself in. The weight before I even start, I can feel the weight going from my heels all the way over the middle of my foot, all the way through my quads, my glutes, hams, and pushing my butt in the back of the bench so I can isolate. I want to make sure that my body isn't moving. I want to be, my torso needs to be stiff the entire time so I can isolate my quads. Again, we're still externally rotating the hips to keep our knees in line with our toes. So when you're doing leg press, no matter where your feet are on the pad, make sure your knees are aligned with your toes. That's gonna make the load stay on your glutes. Remember, when you are doing these exercises, leg press, squatting, you're using a lot of glutes still. So don't think just because you're doing leg press, it is very primarily quads, but you're still gonna get a lot of glute activation in there. So utilize that. Don't lose out on what your glutes can get from leg press machines. Again, guys, make sure we're back, further head back, and doing a lot more deeper reps to really get, you know, that stretching the muscle and contracting. At the end of the workout, I moved on to walking lunges, body weight. Reason why I do body weight, if I'm doing anything body weight, I'm doing a lot of reps. So for this, I'm doing about 25 reps a leg, about 50 reps total, and just totally annihilating my legs through just proper form. I can take my time and really focus on, you know, hinging with my hips on the way down, getting my hips into my heel through my glute when I'm pushing down, and then stepping over, then pushing back up with my glute. So I'm basically going, my front foot should go heel, toe, up when you're walking, and your hips should kind of lead the way going in. A lunge is an exaggerated stride. So don't think too much into lunge. A lunge is just a very long stride of a walk, right? So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be doing this more often again with the voiceovers and the inside screen and screen thing. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace. All right, guys, so that's it, man. That's leg workout today. Great day, man. Heavy day. Hot in here. It's hot in here, man. Thanks for following, guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, and hit the notification button so next time I can post a video, you're the first ones to get it. And for hardcore training, 02@gmail.com. That's for coaching. And until next time, guys, keep dream chasing. Peace.